Okay, so before we start balancing equations, we want to be able to identify the type. All right, so we have a few different types. We've got synthesis, decomposition. All right, synthesis is two or more products giving one product, and decomposition is one product breaking down into two or more products. So these are opposites. You have single replacement, which is where one element is switched. You have double replacement where two elements are switched. Combustion, where you have you add oxygen and you end up with carbon dioxide and water. You have neutralization, which would be an acid and a base. And then you have polymerization, which is where you have hydrocarbons, a bunch of smaller ones adding together, combining together to make a big molecule. So we'll put a P for polymerization. All right, so let's classify these. We've got one reactant here and two products. So that is breaking down, right? So that would be decomposition. Here I have two reactants and two products. All right, I have no element by itself, and so it looks like it might be double replacement. Let's see, is what I've got here. It looks like I've got sodium and the silver, right? I had sodium chloride and I end up with silver chloride. So the sodium and the silver switched, right? And they did it, right? There's two of them, two switches there. All right, so that would be, and then I got to check to see if that's neutralization. Well, do I have an acid and a base? No. All right, to be an acid, you need a H in front, and a base would be the OH. All right, so that would be double replacement. All right, so let's look at, oops, I didn't want to take that away. Let's look at number 3. Okay, so now here I do have an acid, hydrochloric acid, and I have a base. All right, so that would be neutralization. And notice what I end up with is a salt, sodium chloride, and H2O, water. All right, so that is neutralization. Now here I've got a hydrocarbon, right? Carbons. But there's not a bunch of little ones going together. It's not polymerization. What I'm adding here is oxygen. That's the big tell. If I'm adding oxygen, I want to think combustion. Well, what do I get? Carbon dioxide and water. So that is definitely combustion. All right, now here I have zinc all by itself and sulfuric acid. All right. And then I end up with hydrogen all by itself. So these two swapped. All right. So that is just, and that was it. Right. So that would be a single replacement. Zinc was alone, and then now hydrogen is all alone. So that's single replacement. All right, and then now here I've got an hydroxide, so that would be my base, and then this would be my acid, right? Because the H is in front. And now do I have water? Yes, and I have, is this a salt? Yeah, magnesium chloride, all right? An ionic compound, so that's a salt. So that would be neutralization. And on number 7, we have two compounds, two reactants, and two products. All right, so let me look and see if it's a double replacement. I don't see any acid over here. There is an OH, right? So there's a base, but there's no acid. This is aluminum sulfate. Okay, so there's no hydrogens over here by themselves. So it's not neutralization. So maybe it's double replacement. Let's see. I've got the aluminum was with the sulfate here, and then over here it's with the hydroxide. So that was one replacement, right? And then the calcium was with the hydroxide, and now it's with the sulfate. So that would be a double replacement. All right. So we've done all of them except for synthesis. Can we find, oh, and here we go. Here's a synthesis. I have 2 reactants and 1 product. So that is 2 things coming together to make one. That is synthesis. You're making something. All right. And then the other one that is on our list is polymerization. And notice over here I have a lot of methanes being added together, carbon tetrahydride, and I get one macromolecule, one big molecule. So that would be polymerization, right? It's all carbons and hydrogens, all right? So we've done one of each type. Try it on your own, and I'll make a key to check, and so you can see if you got the rest of them right.